Joining me now is Florida Congresswoman Maria Salazar, member of the House Foreign Affairs and Small Business Committees. Congresswoman, thanks very much for being here. How are you assessing the damage there, the hurricane recovery this morning?
Well, you know, Maria, thank you for the opportunity. We are used to hurricanes. I went through Andrew in 1992. We're Floridians. What we're not used to is FEMA not having money for us and not having money to help this gentleman that grows oranges. The real hurricane is the Biden-Harris administration.
I mean, look, I know that Republicans are now launching an investigation into whether FEMA knew they would not have enough money for a busy storm season when they requested large amounts of money to fund a shelter and services program for illegal migrants. I mean, look, with all due respect, you're an elected official. How is it possible that the emergency money at FEMA was used for illegal migrants on your watch?
Well, because we give the money, like last September, we appropriated $60 billion. 15 days ago, we gave another $20 billion new fresh money for disaster relief, and we give it to the administration, and then the administration needs to manage that money well. If you give that money to a small business somewhere in Miami or in Idaho, I'm sure they're going to do a lot better use with that money. But it's just the Biden administration. We trust the federal government, and look what they do.
So what did they do specifically? I mean, look, Alejandro Mayorkas comes out 2 weeks ago. He tells us that FEMA is not going to be able to get through the hurricane season, that they're running out of money.
Yes.
The White House scramble says, oh, no, misinformation. And then we find this from 2022 and Karine Jean-Pierre. Watch.
FEMA regional administrators have been meeting with city officials on site to coordinate available federal support from FEMA and other federal agencies. Funding is also available through FEMA's emergency food and shelter program to eligible local governments and non-for-profit organizations upon request to support humanitarian relief for migrants. We'll continue to do what we can as a federal government to support these cities as we rebuild our asylum processing system after it was gutted by the Trump administration.
So there you go, explaining to us how they were going to use the FEMA money. How is that now misinformation if KJP walked us through it 2 years ago?
Because they lie. Because they lie to everybody. They lie to us, and if they don't lie, I mean to us, meaning Congress and the different committees that are investigating what they're doing, look at the Oversight Committee. Look how much they lied about Hunter Biden. Unfortunately, that's why the average American viewer or voter is losing trust in the federal government. And that's why we're here to try to restore that trust, because there is no other better government than the United States government. So that is the problem that we have right now. And I'm just going to quote Mayorkas' words on October 2nd. We do not have the funds. We do not have the funds to make it through the season. What?
Right.
I mean, we just gave $60 billion.
Yeah.
But
after he said it,
happening. And then
after he said it, and we all realized that the reason that they don't have the money is because they used the money for illegals, the White House claimed it was misinformation. But they both just told us. Alejandro Mayorkas said it and KJP said it. So how is that misinformation? You know, and now they're changing their story again on this Afghan national. Congresswoman, an Afghan national accused of plotting an Election Day terrorist attack in the United States is in this country, was never vetted. He was never approved by the State Department for special immigrant status after officials at the White House claimed he did clear the process. Who else has been let in and not vetted? Multiple Border Patrol agents are now saying they give up. They told the New York Post they plan to retire if Kamala Harris wins in November. They say they can't face 4 more years of being undermined and scapegoated.
And I do not blame them. But I wanted to share before I talk about the Border Patrol, which I agree with them. All of them should resign. They have taken 4 years of terror and brutality against them because they're not there to be travel agents or create a travel agency for migrants. They're there to protect our border. That's why they signed up for. But there is a new group in Times Square. I'm not sure if you know about this, which is a subsidiary of the Tren de Aragua. They're called the Little Devils or the Young Devils, or Pequeños Diablos. Did you know this? 50 robberies have been attributed to this subsidiary of Tren de Aragua in your city. in the heart of Times Square. Do you understand what I'm telling you?
It's unbelievable.
And then now Tren de Aragua just sees this building in Texas, in San Antonio, and they created their operational headquarters in Texas for child sex trafficking, for drug dealing, and for human trafficking. What is this? And the Hispanics do not want open borders because it's only affecting us. But just think about Tren de Aragua. I was the one who created or forced the Biden administration to name Tren de Aragua a transnational criminal organization so the FBI can go after them. But now they're everywhere. They're in Colorado, now they're in San Antonio, and then they have this little group, which I just want you to be, everyone that lives in New York City. My 2 children live in New York City. I mean, these people are roaming around.
Yeah,
so it's
well,
the 2 million
to your
that
point,
were able to get away.
To your point, the Heritage Foundation says that Venezuelans' violent Tren de Aragua migrant gang is actually expanding across the United States. They say like a slow-growing cancer, saying they'll impact Americans for decades, Congresswoman. So we're dealing with this now, but this is not going away anytime soon. I mean, they're in the country now.
Oh, no. I do believe, and I don't have information, but I do believe that if Donald Trump steps into the White House, we are going to create a massive group of people that are going to go look for these people, and we're going to help them. And I'm sure the whole Hispanic community will help them find where those criminals are, and they're going to be taken out. I have no doubt, because Trump is for law and order. And unfortunately, Vice President Harris has said clearly that she allowed, she was the border czar. All she had to do is what other Democratic administrations have done. Protect the border. It's inconceivable.
Yeah.
And we, the Hispanics, we're the #1 group paying for this situation.
Well, maybe that's why Hispanics seem to be going with Trump. They recognize it as you do. Congressman, it's good to see you. As always, Maria Salazar this morning in Florida. We'll be right back.